All right, Megan, Rochester, seeding trends, more. What do you have for us?
All right, so let's move it over to the crazy 5 versus 12. Let's talk this over seriously. I mean, this straight-up record since 2001 when it started is 30-26. That's 53%.
Unreal.
I mean, this is pretty much 50-50 chance here on most of these teams. And 3 out of the 4 last year, though, they were 12 seeds moving on into the round of 32. So what do you guys think? Can we see the same sort of thing here? Also, you might want to note that the 5th seeds, they came 0-4 ATS last year.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. And again, I'm seeing these seeds for the first time. The 5-12 seeds, the 5s are actually looking pretty strong. Northern Iowa, again, that is a tough team. Wyoming is pretty impressive. I'm not exactly sure what my take on Wyoming is right now. They look great in their conference tournament, very athletic team, but I wouldn't want to go against Northern Iowa, that's for sure. Utah going up against Stephen F. Austin. SF Austin has a history of playing these top teams well, and Utah, you really got to figure out, is Utah going to be the team that we saw for about 80% of the regular season, or are they going to be the team that we saw in the last 20% of the regular season? I don't know. West Virginia is very impressive, but that could be your upset right there. Buffalo, West Virginia, and Arkansas, Wofford. Jordan Sharp, what's your take on the 5-12 matchups?
Oh, I think you have to look at the Lumberjacks, baby, for the upset in the 5-12. Stephen F. Austin, I think, is by far the best 12 seed, and I think they are going to give Utah a run for their money here in the first round. They're the type of team, I think, just can score with anybody, it seems like right now. Okay, they play in the Southland Conference. Let's just harp on the small conference just a little bit more here, but I think they have a really good chance of getting the win here in the first round.
The problem is just you have to look at Utah and say what happened to them, because for the first, like I said, 3/4 of the regular season, Utah was clearly undervalued. They were a great bet game in and game out, and they were one of those teams where, like, when they started to get good, they started to be a big favorite. You were like, all right, now are they getting overvalued? No, they started to blow people out. They were getting cover after cover after cover, but then at the end of the regular season, it's like they seem like maybe a head case team, and are they going to be able to reverse course here for the tournament? I'm just not exactly sure.
Yeah, I'm not a believer of Utah. I mean, going into the Pac-12 tournament, the other Coach K tore a strip off his team. He was just, he was all over them, trying to get them motivated to start playing like they did earlier, and it didn't work. I mean, that's the concern, is that when he's tearing his hair out and it's still not working. Like, remember, if I'm not mistaken, they were losing to Stanford before they had the big second half, and then they lost to Oregon as well. Not what they expected, not what he expected. So not a big fan. I mean, I'm not going to echo a lot of the other good points that Jordan made, but Stephen F. Austin, I mean, they've been here before, knocked off VCU last year, team that forces a bunch of turnovers, dominates the paint. I think Utah could be going home.
All right, and then what are the other 5-12s? Arkansas, Wofford. What's your take on the Arkansas-Wofford matchup, Dave Golokhov?
I like Arkansas. I think 2 of these 5-12 matchups are mismatches in favor of the 5 seed, and the other 2 could be upsets. I think this one is a mismatch for the 5 seed. Wofford doesn't score particularly well, doesn't have a ton of size. Razorbacks playing pretty well. I would consider them one of the hotter teams in the country outside of the losses to Kentucky. I'm a big fan of Bobby Portis, and I think he might be, he's as good up there. He's up there like with the Jahlil Okafors of the world in terms of what he means to his team. So I don't think Arkansas has too many problems in this spot.
Jordan Sharp thinks Stephen F. Austin is the most likely upset in the 5-12 matchups. Dave Golokhov, if you had to pick one of these 5-12 matchups that's most likely for an upset, which would it be?
I like Buffalo here. Buffalo's a run-and-gun team. They went to Rupp Arena, gave Kentucky a run for their money. So Buffalo has no problem scoring. West Virginia is a wild card team. They don't shoot great. I think that this could be a problem for West Virginia here.